Hey, good morning, guys. It's Goose here, and welcome to STN Stock Talk with Ricky the Man and myself.
Good morning.
Ready for a great long weekend. Before I say anything, I just want to wish you guys all a fantastic weekend, a long weekend. Stay safe. Remember to embrace your family. Obviously, that's always most important. Why we're doing what we're doing every day, and we just everybody from the StockTraders.net family wishes you guys a very wonderful long weekend. And happy holidays to you guys celebrating different holidays this weekend as well. Hopefully you guys have checked us out over at StockTraders.net, guys. I just keep encouraging you guys, come check it out. Every time we get new people that have popped in, they've all been impressed. I love the messages that come up to us. Send any of the instructors a message. Feel free. We'll always respond to you guys. Look at things that you're looking at that aren't even on our radar. Try to help you out and answer any questions. Come check us out. Also, if you're intrigued by the and you're in the free trading floor, we do have a $25 3-day test on the channel to check out, so you get a little taste of what's going on over there. See if it's interesting to you. I know we've had a couple members that have switched over recently. If you don't want to hear it from the instructors because you think we're selling you, ask some of the members themselves. I'm sure they'll help you out. Give you a non-biased opinion, and go from there. So just hopefully you guys have checked us out. Just want to remind you guys also that nothing we're covering every day, we're coming up with new ideas, maybe even if we covered them a couple weeks back, but we're always trying to come up with new thoughts of the day. It's just for informational purposes. Nothing's a solicitation to buy or sell or anything like that. So hopefully you guys read the disclaimer below and understand what we're trying to provide here for you guys. I'm going to turn it over to Ricky. I know he's got a few great thoughts, and I'll be back with you guys shortly. Ricky?
Thanks, Goose. And of course, you shouldn't have to read that disclaimer to know that this is just purely entertainment, right? So, guys, Tron coming soon. The group trading platform proprietary app that we have at StockTraders.net will be unveiled soon. And I'm pretty sure we've announced that the prize for the winner of I guess it's like a trading competition, whoever can make the best picks throughout the set period of time that I don't know if we set the amount of time it's going to take place over, but whoever accumulates the most points, I believe, gets to take a supercar race or drive around Europe with the one and only Monaco trader. So it's a crazy prize package. I'm pretty sure the flight and the stay and everything, all expenses paid. It's amazing, guys. I wouldn't pass this opportunity up. That being said, long weekend, guys, so we may have some subdued action out there today. Just make sure that you protect yourself and don't be trying to make all your gains on the last day of the week. Let's just play it safe and send this week out with a bang. First thing I want to do is give a round of applause to ZSAN. They finally got their notice of effect from the freaking SEC, and they can attempt to now price this offering, which, let's face it, they are not going to get a pricing anything near what they would have liked to. But nonetheless, they are finally moving forward with it. Now,
they did price it, Ricky, at $5. Just so you know, while we're off the desk.
It must have been very recently.
Yep, just priced it. Just like that.
All right, congratulations, ZSAN, on your $5 pricing for a stock that was trading in the 20s. All right, moving on, guys. My first thing I'll watch today is DBX, the recent IPO of Dropbox. As you can see, the last few days, this price has been kind of just consolidating and getting tighter and tighter. And yesterday, it finally broke out above that 30.50 level. I'm looking for hopefully a pullback anywhere to the 30.50. That might be asking a little too much, but maybe 31, and then some continued strength. Hoping to see the SPY and the overall markets kind of act a bit strong today after not really giving in anymore yesterday. So if that happens, then I'm going to be looking for strength on most of the names that I'm watching today. So the levels on this, obviously, there's not a whole lot to the left on the chart, right? But we are, I guess this isn't saying too much, but we're making a new all-time highs on Dropbox where we're currently at. So you have a few levels to watch. You have previous day's highs. You have the all-time high of the first day of the IPO. And those are pretty much what I'm going to be watching to act as support. And if we do get a deeper pullback to the 30.50, I'm going to be watching for some higher lows and then looking for a spot to get long. The next thing on my list, guys, is Netflix. And you can see how this one has had quite the pullback. We're at the 50-day now. We're also right at that breakout level from the last earnings pop. And it's a strong name, and I wouldn't be betting short on this long term. I think this thing just pulled back with the rest of the market. I'd like to see it hold this 285-ish area, and you can see yesterday's action pretty much just got nice and tight and coiled up. I'm going to use previous day's lows as the area where I would not be holding this long, but looking for an opening setup to get long on this, and hopefully a push up to 300 to lock in the first target, and then we'll go from there. The last thing on the list today, guys, is an earnings winner. It's Movado, MOV. And you can see that we're flirting with a breakout here, 52-week highs. And I just want to point one thing out about this. Usually on something like this, I would be very bullish and looking for a breakout with a nice big green candle. But if you guys aren't familiar with Thinkorswim's on demand, this is an amazing tool to allow us to go back and look at previous days intraday action. So this is actually 2 earnings ago. You can see they had a breakout, and it was a gap up, and immediately the gap just sold off pretty much all day. And then about halfway through the day, it finally found a bottom and pushed back up a little bit. Let's go back to just the previous one, which was November, I think it was 21st. Hopefully I'm right on this. And you can see the same thing happen, guys, like big gap up, and it had a big sell-off. So knowing the history of how this thing behaves on the earnings breakouts allows me to think that right now, where we're opening up way extended, way past these breakout levels and way extended from the 5-minute 20, makes me think that this is actually going to be a nice short right off the open. And maybe if it can find support around the breakout level, then I would look for a spot to get long on it. But until then, until it can show some strength, this thing's actually going to be looking for a short, or I'm going to be looking for a short on it. Now, it does trade a bit thinner. You can see 2 earnings ago. 2 earnings ago, it did have decent volume, but then last earnings, it didn't. So we'll see how the volume comes in on it. This being a long weekend, it actually may be even more subdued than usual, but play what the market gives you, guys. That's it for me. I'm going to pass it back to my main man, Goose. Take it away, bro.
Hey, thanks. Great job as always. And let me just jump right in. I'm kind of excited for the day. I think it should be fun. Should be a lot of things on watch. I'm going to jump right into Square here. And you guys know that we like these, or I like these 50-day, 200-day plays. So I'm going to jump right in as this went through the, you could see it actually touched this little pivot line area, which is a support area that I'm looking yesterday, kind of closed right above the 50-day, which is great for me. What I was hoping, and I think I put this in my tweet, is you could kind of see this pre-market action and the end-of-day action. It was holding this 48 level. I was really hoping I was either going to buy it through 48 at the open, or look for a wash back down. And let me drag this out a little bit for you guys. I mean, you could see right in here, I was hoping for this, 4650 pull or something like that would also be a nice entry. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I don't think we're going to get that. But those are the couple areas that I'm going to look at first thing this morning. I do like the long and Square, and I think it has a $50 magnet. But again, guys, like we've been saying the last few days, let's be smart. Watch the market conditions. You got to pay attention to that. If things get heavy, those long ideas go out the window. We have to stay smart. So I'm going to move right on to the next one, and that's Overstock. Overstock canceled their offering this morning, or yesterday, maybe it was after the close. And this is what I'm looking at. This is kind of I usually refer to this as a broken chart, which it kind of is. We've gone through the 200, gone through the pivot here, as you can see, closed below them all. Usually I don't like this, but I do feel that it could reclaim. And what I imagine in a bigger scheme of things is, imagine like how you would look at a 1 minute and a 5 minute candle. So right now we're looking at a 1 minute candle on the daily, okay, or as a comparison. Let's see over a 5-day window or a 3-day window how this acts. Does it reclaim? Because if it did, and how like a 5 minute candle looks, it might go through 2 candles, but if it closed above, you just see the little bottom wick there, and it looks okay actually in the big scheme of things over the day. So I'm having the same type of thought. Let's see what it does over a 3 to 5 day period, see if it wants to reclaim that 4140. But just with the news, I am looking for it to reclaim 40, maybe a push back up on the 44 level, which you could see. It's already moved up a little bit, so entry is going to be everything in this name, because I want to make sure there's enough meat in case this 40 level, stuffs it, or this 200 day, level stuffs it. So I'd love to see a little pullback here. and a good entry. So, it's going to be tough to say, as far as where I want. I mean, it closed at 36.60. I'd love to see it up like, in this area here, the 37.25, 37.50 area. But I'll look to buy some weakness or a little bit of a wash for a long play and a push up on 40 or more. Obviously, again, I'm going to be paying attention to market conditions as well on this, as it is a bit broken right now. Lastly, I do want to discuss ABBV. Down a lot, obviously. But I am watching it off this 200-day. You could also see, I drew a line just to pull this chart back a little bit. Of the 200-day area, you could also see right in this area right here, prior support area that it was holding, probably a little bit of a resistance area. So this is a very intriguing spot here. And what I'm hoping, I don't think I'm going to get the entry that I want on this, but look at the last 2 days. So you can kind of see a couple days ago how it was holding this area right here. I drew it on the 5-minute, which is 93.25 area. And if you move up, which is the resistance from a couple days ago, and you look at yesterday, you kind of see that 94 area was holding. So those are two spots that I'm really paying attention to, maybe buying it off the 94 area, which is right around the prior close. And then I could use that as a guide, or if it wants to wash, I'd be very interested to see how it holds this 93 area, which you could see a couple days ago. It held it. So, do I think it's going to come all the way to 200-day? I don't think we'll be that lucky unless the market comes in. If it does, I'm definitely going to entertain a long. And I'm not. It was higher this morning, and I just want to finish on this note on this name that a push through 96. The prior day's highs 96.85. It's probably going to have a $100 magnet on it. So don't be surprised in the move on this name. This has had some huge moves, as you can see. This name going back to a couple other candles has had a $12 range. So there's plenty of range in this name. So don't think it can't go higher or lower. I think there'll be plenty of meat on it. Just make sure your entry's good on these type of names. So with that, again, have a great weekend, guys. Enjoy the family. That's why we do this thing. Come to work every day is to provide for our families and be happy. And let's just have a great end of the week. And we will catch you guys on Monday, 9:05. See you then, guys. Back to you, Ricky.
Yep. And if you can't wait till Monday, you can come check us out today at www.stocktraders.net. If you don't have a plan, you don't have a trade. But let's have a plan. Let's have a trade. Come on, guys. Let's go out there and crush it. Peace.